So in this video series, we're going to be taking a look at a midlife crisis rifle of mine. It's just not shooting its preferred ammo as accurately as it used to. So in the last video, I checked the shooter to make sure the shooter wasn't the problem, and I'm pretty confident I'm not the problem. Now it's time to take a look at the ammunition that's been sitting in a box for about a year now, and we're going to see if that's the problem. And that's coming up next on Mostly 22 LR. Hey everybody, Rob Rosenberger here for Mostly 22 LR. This is the rifle that we're going to be using to test all the ammunition. This is not the midlife crisis rifle, but instead what it really is it's one of the most accurate rifles that I've got. And I am going to be testing each of the rounds with this rifle. Now the ammunition's been sitting in the box for about a year now. Luckily, when I built this little machine right here, I made sure that I took a set of numbers for each of the ammos that I have, or at least that I had at the time that I built this. And we're actually going to test against that information. As a matter of fact, it's all in my logbook here, so I'll just have to take a look and see what we've got. Now the key to this is that we're going to be testing that ammo against this rifle and its test groups. So when we finish with those test groups, we're going to have to actually do some numbers. We'll see if the percentages that we come in are pretty good. Right at the moment it looks to be about 80 degrees out right now. Sunny. There's a little bit of wind, but I'm not too much worried about that wind. And as soon as we get this bad boy all cleaned up, we're going to go ahead and begin shooting. Okay, so of everything in the box that I have over here, these four that you see right here are the ones that we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Subsonic 22 hollow point. These are the CCI 0056. This is the actual box that I tested all this with in the beginning video. To its right you see CCI 0035. On top of it you see Norma USA TAC 22, and to the right of that you see Federal Gold Medal, that's 711B. My documentation shows all of the specs that I need at 100 yards for these four ammos. Now I have other ammo in the box. You can see the Super Calibri right there, 22 Subsonic from Remington. I've got some AE. What else have I got? And I've got, looks like Stingers. Yeah, Stingers. But all of that I do not have accurate data for, so we're not going to shoot that. But with these four right here, we should be fine. So let's go ahead and take some shots. Oh, and by the way, we're going to take 10 shots to season the bore with CCI 0056. That's what I would consider to be my disposable ammo. We'll take 15 shots with everything after that. So 70 shots it looks like it'll be in the end. Okay, so we're back in the RV. It's late at night, and actually it's a couple of days later. If you can take a look at my my beard, you know that it's grown out a little bit. Here are the four targets that I shot. I've done some work on them. I've checked them out with my micrometers and whatnot, compared my information in my logbooks for one of my best shooting rifles, and I just want to say up front that the ammunition did really, really well. It did far better than I expected it to. And I've eliminated the ammunition as the problem, which just ticks me off to no end. I wanted it to be the ammo, I really did. My hypothesis was that the ammunition had cooked. Remember that video that I did a while back in which I talked about how ammunition can cook in high heat. Now, when I carry this box around with this ammunition in it, I carry it on the floorboards of my truck in order to keep it as cool as possible. But my truck can get over 100 degrees, certainly on the rooftop, and that heat can work its way down even as low as the floorboards. So it's always available to high heat and humidity. And of course when I take the box out of the floorboards and I take it onto the range with me, even though it's under a canopy, it's still in 98-degree weather at 98% humidity. It may not be taking direct sunlight, but it's getting everything close to it. So I really thought it was the ammunition, and I thought, okay, we'll just, once we prove that the ammunition isn't good, we'll go ahead and we'll do a cleaning on the rifle, and we'll do some good 0056, and that'll be the end of it. And my hypothesis was proved wrong. But that's good in a way, because remember, we're trying to use the scientific method in order to figure out what really is wrong with this rifle. The scientific method is not to prove your hypothesis right. The scientific method is to prove your hypothesis wrong if you can. We constructed an experiment by taking the ammunition that we knew would shoot well in a specific rifle that was not the Midlife Crisis rifle, and we were like, okay, it's cooked. Let's go ahead and prove it that it's not. And it's exactly what we did. We proved that the ammunition was not cooked. So what does this mean? It means that it could be the scope, it could be the crown, it could be the rifling, it could be the throat, it could be the bolt, it could be the magazine feed. But at some point, we've eliminated the shooter, we've eliminated the ammunition. All that can be left is the rifle. Which means that we're going to have to do some interesting work on that rifle. So stay tuned. I guess we're going to have to do some interesting work. Now, for those of you who are new to this channel, let me just say this. I'm new to trying to figure out what's wrong with the Midlife Crisis rifle. So you're going to be going through this same process with me for the first time. I've never tried this before, trying to figure out why 0056 isn't shooting as well as it used to. So I hope you enjoy this video series, and well, the next one's going to have to be working on the rifle. But until then, I'm Rob Rosenberger for Mostly 22LR. And remember, 22LR is real ammunition. Treat it as such.